Hello, today we'll be talking about the Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest, Episode 1. And for the people who do not know, for the people who do not know, Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest is the sequel to the original Fairy Tale manga and anime. The first three seasons of the original anime is here as you can see. Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest, like the original Fairy Tale anime and manga, focuses on Natsu Dragneel and his friends as they travel to the continent of Waitana to complete the legendary 100 Years Quest. And the 100 Years Quest is where you have to seal off the five dragon gods. One thing that the first episode of 100 Years Quest does well is that it does well invoking a sense of nostalgia for several reasons. One of those reasons is because it has been over 5 years since we last saw Fairy Tale animated, and seeing our favorite characters animated again invokes a sense of nostalgia. Another thing that it does well is that the first episode of 100 Years Quest retains the general design and still an aesthetic of the characters from the final season, even though there was a time skip in between. Another thing that it does is that it's good at retaining the general vibe that the fairy tale kiddo has. The vibe of family, the goofiness, the childishness of fun, etc. The 100 Years Quest first episode is good at being able to retain that, as well as retaining the comedic aspect and show later. Another thing that the 100 Years Quest does well is that it retains art style of the manga and the previous fairy tale anime while being able to improve the animation and the animation quality as can be seen in some things such as this. As you can see in some scenes such as this, the art style is the same as the previous fairy tale anime. Another thing that it does well is that it's done well in setting up new characters and introducing them, such as the new character Tota, who joined the guild in order to meet up with Natsu. It also does a good job of setting up other characters, such as the five dragon gods, who are the main antagonistic force of the 100 Years Quest. It does well in the mark by comparing them to Acadologia, and that Logia is a villain who's so strong that it took the entire, quite literally took the entirety of all the fairy tale characters teaming up in order to barely. So by comparing them, by comparing the Dragon Gods and saying that even one of them has power that rivals Acnologia, leaves us all wondering just how Natsu and his team will be able to seal away even one of the Dragon Gods. Another thing that the anime does well is that another villain that does well setting up is setting up the Dark Guild Diablo, who's also after the Dragon Gods for unknown reason. It also leaves us wondering several motives, such as what is Elsafari's motives for having the Dragon Quest sealed away? Is he afraid of them using their powers for evil or destruction, or have they already done something to either his homeland or to people he cares about, which has led him to set up the Hundred Years Quest? Or another thing that is wondering is what are the motives of the fire dragon gods? For example, what drove them to train to become so strong that they're compared to them being like Academia? And what are the goals to use that power for? Do they intend to use it just to live a peaceful life? Do they intend to use it for world domination? The first episode has left us with such questions. It's also left us with some questions such as what is Macrophobia's connection to July, if he even has one. As as you can see in this scene here, Macrophobia, the water dragon god, has both looks and has a similar tattoo to Jalal. And for people who do not know, Jalal is a villain turned protagonist of the original fairy tale show. As you can see, he has a similar tattoo and a similar look to Macrophobia. So it also leaves us wondering if there's any possible connection between the two of them.